Which animal class does the iguana belong to? The iguana belongs to the reptile class. This is correct because it shows defining reptile traits. For example, the iguana is associated with dewlap, and it is widely known as often seen basking in the sun. Understanding classification helps identify shared body structures, life processes, and evolutionary relationships. Which of the following animals is most strongly associated with the desert habitat? Meerkat is the best answer because it is commonly found in the desert. This habitat is characterized by scarce water, and meerkat has adaptations that help it survive there. Matching animals to habitats is important because environment strongly shapes feeding, movement, and survival strategies. What type of diet is most typical for a bat? The correct answer is omnivore. A bat is typically described as an omnivore based on what it usually eats in nature. This dietary pattern fits its body design and behavior. In this case, its true flight supports the way it obtains or processes food. Knowing diet types helps explain food, webs, and ecosystem balance. Which biological adaptation best matches this description? Helps an animal resemble another species or object. Mimicry is correct because it directly matches the description. In animal biology, mimicry is an adaptation that improves survival or reproduction in a specific environmental context. Scientists study these traits to understand how species persist under pressure from predators, climate, and competition. Which animal is best known as the largest land animal? Elephant is correct because it is the animal most widely recognized for being the largest land animal. This fact is commonly taught in zoology and general science. These record holder facts are useful because they highlight standout anatomical or behavioral adaptations among species. Which animal is especially known for pollinating flowers while collecting nectar? B is correct because this behavior is strongly associated with that species. Behavioral adaptations help animals feed, avoid danger, and reproduce successfully. In the case of the bee, this behavior is a major part of how it survives in meadows and farms. Which body feature is most closely associated with a toad? Warty skin is correct because it is a characteristic feature of the toad. This body structure is not just recognizable, it also serves a functional role in survival. For example, it may help with feeding, movement, defense, temperature, regulation, or communication. Which conservation problem is best described as this? Natural living areas are destroyed or fragmented. Habitat loss is the correct answer because the description matches that conservation threat exactly. This issue can reduce population size, disrupt breeding, and damage ecosystems. Understanding conservation vocabulary is essential when discussing endangered species and habitat protection. Which animal best fits this statement? It is more strongly associated with land habitats. Taiga is correct because it better matches the statement than the other options. Comparison questions test whether you can connect animals to their core ecological context. Here, the key is recognizing the species most strongly linked to that environment or lifestyle. Which animal is best known for this life cycle fact? It returns from the ocean to fresh water to reproduce. Salmon is correct because that life cycle detail is a defining biological fact about the species. This relates to the concept of migration, which is important in zoology because it shows how development and reproduction vary across animals. Life cycle knowledge also helps explain survival strategies at different stages of life.